Good morning, YouTube. You're probably wondering why this light is red and what is going on. Today's video is going to be a video about a day in the life of me, Corie, in case you don't know which one I am or it's kind of hard to see through this red light. So I'm going to take you through a day of what it's like in my life, just what I do from start to finish. You really seem to like the day in the life type videos, so we thought that this would be a good idea. And this light is red, as you can see. I got this red light a couple weeks ago. It's just a red light bulb that I got off of Amazon. So in the evening when you're trying to rest, if you're seeing a lot of blue light, whether that's from a regular light bulb or from your phone or from a computer screen, that kind of signals to your brain that it's time to be awake. But if you're trying to wind down and sleep, that's not always the best thing. So I got this red light bulb, so in the evening when I'm in here, whether I'm reading or crocheting or whatever, it's just more relaxing and you don't get so much blue light. And then first thing in the morning, it's also nice too because you don't cut it on and, have like the really harsh light of a regular light bulb. And then it kind of helps you until the sun comes up, kind of just wake up more naturally. And I don't know, I like it. It's kind of strange. It's taken me some time to get used to, but it's not so bad. It's about 6:15 a.m. here in North Carolina. It just depends on the day, kind of what time I get up. I definitely get up fairly early. I cannot stand to sleep past 6:30 or 7. It makes me feel terrible. Also, I just am a morning person. I can't usually physically sleep that late. I just want to get up and get going. So I got up at about 6:15 today. Depends on when I go to bed. Sometimes I wake up at 5 a.m. and once I'm awake, I do not like to go back to sleep. I just kind of pull the covers back and put on a sweatshirt because it is pretty cold. First things first, in the morning, I really like to read my devotionals because that just really sets the day. I like to do that before I even get out of the bed. In this kind of new year since January, I've made that a priority to read them before I even get out of the bed and go to the restroom or anything like that. So I've got them in this drawer here. And I've been reading kind of a couple different ones. And this is one that Austin got me. You can't see it well here, but I'll put the link in the description. This is one that Austin got me that I mentioned in my last Bible video. I did kind of my devotional video. If you haven't seen that, I'll put the link in the description. This was a really good devotional today. The name of it is called The Way We Run. And it's just talking about, it says, have you ever watched a race and thought, look, that guy knows he's going to win. Even if his feet feel weary and his strength begins to dwindle, he carries a zest in his soul that can be seen from the stands. And this is talking about, running your race, your life with God. And I like the part over here it says, let's ask ourselves this. If we know we have the victory and we understand that we are not running alone, is there anything that should make us throw in the towel? And then it kind of goes on and says, sure, there's going to be moments that are tempting, moments that are hard and discouraging, and we'll get out of breath. But then it says we may remind our feet that Jesus said, it is finished. When the end feels out of sight and our weakness sets in, let's lean in. The giver of our health and restorer of our energy has his eyes on us, and he is coaching us until we cross the finish line and embrace him. May we run like we know this is true. So I always get something from these, and it just really helps to set the day with a devotional like this, because then all throughout the day, whenever I'm feeling, rushed or overwhelmed or whatever I'm feeling, I'll think back to these that I read and remind myself that that's true. If I'm running this race with Jesus, then what do I really have to lose? I mean, what is so bad that could happen to me that could take the love of God from me? And nothing could. So once I'm done reading my devotionals, I usually get up and go to the restroom. Then I usually come back in here and try to do some kind of workout, just some kind of movement. I don't do like crazy HIIT workouts or sprints or like anything crazy. For one thing, if I were to jump up and down in this room, I would knock stuff off the walls and the shelves and break them. But I just do maybe some yoga or some kind of stretching, something, maybe even an arm workout just with smaller weights, nothing that's too crazy. And then I like to play guitar kind of first thing in the morning, even if it's just 15 minutes practicing something new. Then I know that I will get it out of the way and that I will be able to practice at least that much, even if that's all I get to do. one thing to mention that you didn't see is I took out my bite guard. So Katie and I both actually sleep with bite guards because we grit our teeth, and we have both cracked teeth gritting them. We actually cracked like almost the same tooth, but just on the opposite side, since we're pretty much mirror image with everything, about a year apart. And then we both had to go get custom-made bite guards so we wouldn't crack out the rest of our teeth gritting them at 9. We were both fine though. We got the teeth fixed, and we still have those teeth. But comment below if you were also a teeth gritter. It's a really bad habit, but for whatever reason, I seem to be stuck to it. So now that the sun is up, I've got the red lamp off, and I got my bed made, I got my clothes on. This bedspread is really neat. I got this from a thrift store, and it was a quilt top. That's all it was just the top. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is so pretty. And I knew that I couldn't really quilt it myself, although I did take a class one time and make a quilt. I had this sent off. There's a local quilt store in town, so I had it sent off, and they finished it for me. You know, they put on the binding and the back, and of course they quilted the top. But I love this bedspread. I think it's so neat, and I wish I could meet the person who made it and tell him I love it, because I think it's pretty neat. Gotta think about that one. Not even like nowhere near completely done there, but that is a fun song. I did decide to break it out on the electric. It's a ball of fun to play and really pretty break. Now it is time to go let the birds out, so I gotta put on my boots. This is actually a nice pair of boots that Austin got me for Christmas. Probably the nicest pair I've ever had. They are Keens, and they zip up the sides, but they also lace, and they are so nice and so comfortable. I think honestly they are the best pair of boots I have ever had. Like a size or 2 sizes too big. I usually wear like a size 7 or 8, maybe 7.5, but these are size 9s, so I can fit really thick socks in with them, because my feet get so cold so fast. That's what gets the coldest and stays the coldest, like if I'm outside. Besides my hands, maybe they're probably about equal. So I have a really thick pair of socks on, and I'm telling you, that made all the difference, because these are the boots that I wore when we went hiking in the snow, and it really kept my feet warm, like warmer than ever. Alright, we're going to let out the birds. I don't always do it. We all kind of take turns, but lately I've been letting them out for Mom, and I do enjoy letting them out. It's nice to go in the yard first thing, even if it is very cold. Hello, girls. Hello. If you talk to them, they're excited to be out. You start to hear them. Hello, girls. There went a blue jay. Hey, girls. You ready to be out, girls? I thought so. Yeah. Yeah. Gotta get their food bowl. over here. We try to separate out the scraps we're gonna feed them because they fight. And I want everybody to get some food, not just one chicken. By the time they hear you out here, they are so ready to get out. Come on, girls. Come on, little girls. Yeah? Now it is time to cook breakfast, and I'm still in my coat and my hat and my scarf because it was super cold outside. But now I'm going to cook some breakfast. I'm going to make some eggs, and I have a treat today. Mom made these rolls because yesterday we actually had our family Christmas because we were all sick over Christmas, unfortunately. So that was postponed, and so we kind of did the big cooking again like we do at Christmas. So we've got some leftovers, and I'm going to take advantage of that and eat those. I forgot that we had some deer meat left, so I'm going to mix up some deer meat with my eggs. Get me some butter going in the pan here. This is my all-time favorite cast iron pan to cook in. It's so thin. It's an old Griswold, just a number 8, regular size skillet, but I love it. That one busted, but it doesn't matter because I'm gonna bust them anyways. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and just add in some deer meat here. Just kind of sprinkle it on the top. I'm just mixing it in. I ain't necessarily trying to make an omelet or anything. I'm just gonna mix it in with the eggs. It's already cooked, of course, just to get it heated up. Of course, we need the salt and pepper. And I feel so blessed to get to work from home to where I have time to do this, to where I can cook all my meals that I eat, where I don't have to try to be running out the door trying to get breakfast. Not to say that I didn't eat breakfast when I worked at other places in the past, I did, but now working at home I can kind of set my own schedule and have time for all the things that are important to me, and that's just such a blessing. At this point, you may be thinking this is looking like hamburger helper or dog food, but those eggs, once they get cooked up a little more here, are gonna be delicious. Now it's time to get these bad boys on the plate. I'm also going to have a roll, and honestly I didn't even bother toasting it because these things are just good no matter what. You could stick this in the microwave too and soften it up a little, but this will be good enough for me this morning. Put a little butter on it, maybe a little more than that. If you've been on the channel, you know I love butter.
More butter, more better.
More butter, more better. That's right. It is grass-fed butter. And this is really, I don't eat butter all the time, but mostly just with breakfast. Now, I want to eat an apple with this, but I'm going to peel this apple. And only because it's waxy from the store. If it was not waxy, I would not peel it. I never peel any of my fruit besides a banana, of course. But the outside of these is so waxy and it just grosses me out. So I'm going to peel this before I eat it. Now it is time to eat breakfast. You can see I have my soap cutter next to me. I was cutting soap yesterday and I put off washing it, so that's something I have to do this morning. But I'm looking forward to tasting these eggs. Yeah. That's just really good. And then of course the roll is good. And the apples aren't bad. Katie's standing right on the edge of the camera and I'm like, you can't come in here. Food. You have to do one of these videos. Katie will have to make one. Comment below if you want to see a day in Katie's life.
Oh my god, nobody wants to see that.
And we have tons of viewers that love Katie, so I think they will want to see a day in your life. one other thing I thought to mention was on the channel I've talked before about being gluten-free, and I just kind of mix it up. So like this definitely has gluten in it. It's not gluten-free, but Mom made it. And when there's food like that around the holidays, you know, I usually eat it. It's not the holidays anymore, but like I said, we had our family Christmas yesterday. But just so there's not confusion on the channel. Now that I am done eating, I'm running some dishwater and I'm gonna clean up the kitchen. So I just brushed my teeth after I cleaned up the kitchen, and honestly, if I'm just gonna be at home all day, I don't bother fixing my hair or putting on makeup, because why waste the makeup when no one's gonna see me? So, but what I will do is take some supplements. So I take a probiotic every morning, since I do have some digestive issues, and I take a multivitamin, and then I take 2 of these. These are what's called L-theanine mixed with ashwagandha, and it's just good for anxiety. And then I take vitamin D, and it's like D3 mixed with K2, I think, because recently I had some blood work done and it said I was really low in vitamin D. So I was like, okay. So now I take vitamin D, and I think all these really seem to help. I notice a difference if I don't take them. So usually what I do next after all of that is done is I get out my to-do list and I get out my calendar, and I just kind of think about what I'm going to do for the day, like what's most important. And so on Mondays and Tuesdays, I help Mom. I help her with her videos. So Mondays and Tuesdays, that's my main priority, is to help her do anything that she needs, help her video, wash dishes after she's cooked something, just whatever she needs. And I also have a guitar lesson today. I teach lessons, so I'll do that in the evening. And our internet at Mom and Dad's, where I still currently live for maybe a month and a half longer, we have bad internet. So it's not fast enough to be able to teach a lesson over Zoom. It gets very laggy and messed up. So in the past, I would always go over to Miss Cindy's house because she has the fiber optic internet. But now that we have the house, Austin and me have our house, we have fiber optic internet there. So now I go over like on Mondays and Thursdays and just have dinner over there and do lessons and then come home. So we'll have that today, and then I'll just kind of look at what else I have going on in the few moments throughout the day where I have time to do other stuff, whether that's an email I need to answer, YouTube comments. Oh man, that's something that I do kind of all the time throughout the day, and honestly I answer them on my phone, and I find that that's easier because if I'm waiting in line somewhere, I can fire off a couple YouTube comments really quick. And answering comments is really important to me. I think it's going to get to the point where I can't answer everything, and we may be fastly approaching that, but the comments that you guys leave, like I look at every single one of them. Even if I don't reply, if I just like it and heart it, I see them all. I read every one of them, and they mean the world to me. So thank you for that. I see every comment, and I do that for every video. Sometimes it might take me 5 days and I'm kind of behind, but I always look at them and I always make time to do that, and that is really important to me. So I'll do that throughout the day. And then I just look at anything else. And what I like about this calendar is, if I can get it open here, is, you know, you've got this part of it that's got the little days there like a regular calendar. But then you can go to, let me go one more. Then you can go and it's got lines for every day. So what I've done is I'll just keep a piece of paper that has kind of a big running to-do list on it. Just everything I can think of. Anything throughout the day, throughout the week that pops into my head like, oh, I should do that, or I need to do that, or I want to do that. It goes on this piece of paper, and by the end of the week, the paper is like very long and got stains on it and all that. But what I do is I'll pick off of that list. Like today is Monday the 24th, and then these little lines right here, I'll just write in like what I'm going to do today so it's not overwhelming. So I'm not trying to look at this list that might have 30 things on it and think, oh my gosh, I have to do those 30 things. No, I don't. I'm just going to pick a couple from them that I know I can do and leave the rest till tomorrow. As I mentioned earlier in the video, on Mondays and Tuesdays, I help Mom. A lot of you may not know that, but that is another stream of income I have, which is really nice. I've just been so fortunate to be able to be self-employed and have kind of several different streams of income that really helps. And of course, I super enjoy getting to help her. That's always fun. A lot of the times I'm behind the camera on her videos helping her out. And on Mondays, we usually kind of meet and go over what we're going to do and kind of what the game plan is. So that is what we're doing this morning.
Okay, so first let's talk about the interviews, because I heard that Melvin contacted us back, but then we didn't really get back with him.
Yeah, I know.
So your daddy would love to see Melvin, but I think that what we should do is plan a weekday when we can go.
Okay.
And then we can go back and visit on a different day. Or if he wants to come here, he can come here.
Okay.
I want to see the chickens.
Katie wants to see his
Katie
chickens.
wants to see the chickens, yeah.
And I wanted to start my pepper seeds. I tried starting them last year in February in the basement with the grow lights, but I think it was just too cold down there. So I bought heat mats to put under them, but now I'm thinking maybe I should figure out a way to put them up here somehow. So then, like when the fire goes out at night, we usually let the fire go out, and it gets cold down there.
Yeah, I know.
Then it heats back up, but peppers and cabbages and all
It's
that
gonna
might
be cold
germinate
for a while,
there.
right?
But then that would help me. That's something you could help me with, is a shelf. Looking for a shelf.
For those plants
Yeah,
instead
if I
of...
put them up here somewhere, I just have to put them in the corner. I mean, there's nowhere good to put them. When somebody moves out, I could put them in their room.
It ain't mine.
Next year, I could have a whole seed starting.
Yeah.
Grow lights in there. It'd be like, instead of your red light, it'd be like a light coming.
Yeah.
It'd be my
Grow
light.
all the plants.
Seed video. So,
As part of Mom's video today, she's making hot chocolate, and we're gonna take the hot chocolate down to Katie and surprise her. It's been a few minutes since we made it, so we're gonna warm it back up before we give it to Katie so it's not cold. Here I come, Katie. I have a surprise for you that you were not expecting.
yes.
Homemade hot chocolate with marshmallows. Is Katie excited?
Yeah. How come you made me hot chocolate?
Mom was making hot chocolate for a video, so we thought we'd give it to you.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's very fitting. I'm very cold down here. Aw. These marshmallows. Thank you.
You're welcome. I didn't make it, so really it's thank you to Mom.
Thank you, Mom.
Austin is here. We're about to do lunch, and this is backstrap.
Leftover backstrap.
Yes, that we had last night. And then this is the salad mix that Miss Cindy brought. As I mentioned earlier in the video, we did have our family kind of Christmas yesterday since everyone was sick over the holidays. So I'm gonna put some of the deer meat on the salad for lunch. And then over here, you can see the cameras. We've been filming, me and Mom. Over here, I'm gonna have some of that cake for dessert. I'm just going all out today with the cake and the rolls because it's here. And this is coconut cake that my aunt made, and it is so good. I've been looking forward to that all morning, and every time I come in here and see it, I just stare at it, and I'm like, I'm gonna eat some of this later. What are you eating?
I'm not eating anything. I'm still drinking this hot chocolate.
Oh, I got my salad. Mom is also eating salad, and we're watching Art and Bree, one of our favorite channels to watch.
She's talking about all the snow they got. The 3-day snow event. That's big snow.
That's like
Kids loved it.
that's a ton of snow. I wish we had that much. Sweet.
You have some cake, do you now?
This is the moment that I've been waiting for all day.
I was never a coconut person.
This cake is so good. I wish I could reach through the phone and give it to everyone. In the dungeon, the light down here is not super great, but I have got to ship a CD, and Austin's gonna me shipping a CD.
That's right.
So this is pretty much our shipping station here. I can't remember what this actual bench is made for. It's made for making something, I don't know. I can't remember. But we got this bench from a friend, and it makes a really good shipping station because we can store all our stuff down here. I can get that shut. And then we ship our CDs.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, and we ship stuff, honestly, almost every day. All of us, whether it's jewelry or CDs or soap or whatever, like especially after I list soap, you know, I'll be down here for an hour at a time just getting everything shipped. But throughout the day, like when we get orders for CDs or whatever, I just come down here, you know, in my spare time and package stuff. And today it's just this because I packaged the other ones last night. And then we take them upstairs because we have a thermal label printer, and it runs through Etsy and PayPal. So, you know, if someone buys something kind of electronically like that, it'll print the label, and that is so handy, because if we were like having to hand do these and go to the post office, I mean, it would take hours. I mean, it'd take like one whole day a week of having to do that. But with these, you can just print them and then put it in the mailbox. If it's bigger and there's a bunch of them, I'll take it to the post office, but for now, I can put this in the mailbox. I am on my way to Austin's house because I have a guitar lesson, and we have really bad internet here, unfortunately, at Mom and Dad's. I enjoy the drive going to Austin's house because I like to listen to my music. I have so many CDs and that I love to listen to, so it is pretty fun to be able to listen to that on the drive. I just got done with my guitar lesson. I usually set up like this. I got my light there. I really enjoy teaching the guitar lessons. I have about 4 students. Most of them are online, save for one. And I enjoy it. I never really thought, you know, 2 years ago I'd be teaching guitar lessons, but it's really fun. I enjoy it, and it really like helps me stay motivated to continue to learn myself, so that way I can, you know, do the best that I can do and teach all I can to my students. And usually after the lessons, I'll come downstairs just like so, and Austin and I will cook some supper. On Thursdays I have 2 lessons, and so I'll have to kind of try to have something cooked ahead of time to eat before the next lesson. But on Mondays I just have 1 lesson, so after that we can just eat supper and hang out and watch TV until I go home. But I think Austin has got a new fly rod outside, so I'm gonna go see what he's doing. How's it going, doll?
That's going. Learning how to cast it isn't very easy, but
Yeah?
I can get it kind of going.
Cool.
Can't really get it far yet, though.
That's okay. Austin has decided he wants to try and take up fly fishing, so he is practicing with that. We have so many mountain streams and rivers here that I think that'd be a really fun hobby for him.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, cool. There was a really nice man who actually handmade Katie a fly rod and sent to us, so shout out if you're watching this video. We really appreciate that. I actually brought that rod to Austin, and we have it in the house, and he's also been practicing with that one, and we really look forward to being able to take it fishing with us. He is cooking some hash browns. I got some eggs. Believe it or not, I'm gonna have what I had for breakfast for dinner, but we're gonna use the deer meat that we had at lunch and put over these eggs. And then we got some rolls that Mama made, so we should have a pretty good supper.
That's right, should be good.
I am working on a video just a little bit after supper here. Gonna work for a little bit longer and then maybe watch some more NCIS. Love that show. I work on videos, of course, quite a bit, and I just try to do them just a little bit here and there so it doesn't pile up, so I'm not having to edit the whole video at once. While we're watching NCIS, I'm working on a new scarf that I'll probably list on Etsy soon. And Austin is hanging out.
That's right. Watching NCIS and looking at the internet.
Now it's time for me to go home. Austin's got my guitar for me.
That's right.
And I'm going to drive on home. And definitely watch out for the deer.
And she is putting on her seatbelt. Don't worry.
I am putting on my seatbelt, don't worry. We get a lot of comments in the driving videos about seatbelts, but I promise I wear a seatbelt. I really do. I've never not worn a seatbelt, but A lot of the times I have on layers that you can't see through or you can't see through my hair. And I also have the habit of putting it under my shoulder to get it off my neck. I know that's not the best habit, I really do, but I always wear one, just to let you know that. Now I am back home, back to the red light, since it is now nighttime, just trying to signal to my brain that it is time to chill out and rest. It's like 20 till 9 by now. I'm usually always in the bed and I've not even showered yet, but that is okay. Every day is kind of different, and that's the nice thing about it. So I'm going to shower, get on my pajamas, and get ready for bed. Now I am out of the shower, and I brushed my teeth, and I'm getting ready for bed. But first, I usually like to straighten up my room, which means putting a lot of clothes away into the closet, which is where I'm at because I don't like waking up in the morning to a super messy room. I just feel like it wastes time in the morning having to clean it up, and it also just kind of makes me feel overwhelmed if I'm waking up into a mess. So in the evenings like this, if I kind of get showered early enough, I like to watch shows and crochet. I like to watch Seinfeld, Golden Girls, NCIS, anything like that. But sometimes if it's late like this, or late to me, like 9 o'clock, I don't like to be watching a lot of stuff because I'm tired and I just kind of feel like it's time for bed. And if I watch too much, it's hard to go to sleep. So I'm going to get in the bed and read a book, and I'll show you what I'm reading. But before I do that and I end the video, I just want to tell you the reasons why I wanted to make this video. So first of all, I thought this would probably be one that everyone would like because the day in the life videos that Katie and I post are the most popular. They get the most views. But I also wanted to make this video just to show everyone that I am just a regular old person, just like everyone else. I put on my pants one leg at a time, just like everyone else. We've got so many nice, just unbelievably nice comments. I mean, to the point that, I just feel speechless and humbled, and I love it, and it makes me feel good, and especially the ones that say that we're helping you and all that. It makes me feel so good and so like humbled and honored that God would allow little old me to help people. But at the same time, sometimes it almost makes me want to like hide behind the camera because I feel like I don't deserve all this nice words and everything. I mean, I'm just a simple person just filming myself eating breakfast and feeding my chickens. So I also just wanted to make it just for that, to show you that I'm just a regular old person like everyone else. But we definitely appreciate so much. I appreciate so much more, honestly, than you could ever know, the kind words and emails and comments and everything that everyone sends. So this is the book I'm reading. It's pretty interesting. It's called The Other Me. I just got this at Barnes & Noble the other day. So I'm going to end the video here. I'm going to lay down and read, and I'm going to go to bed. This is what a day in Corie's life is like. Perhaps not maybe as exciting as you thought. Anyways, thank you for watching. God bless you, and I will catch you at the next video.
You could have an Egg McMuffin.
I think I'll pass on the Egg McMuffin.
Well, I mean, cook you some egg, throw on some melted cheese and some ham and put it in one of them rolls.
Yeah, eat whatever you want, so there are no consequences.
Don't make a disturbance.
Please don't be loud, Katie. We can get Katie. Katie, will you come look real quick?
Never. Yes.
Get your spiny porcupine butt in here.
We said in the video, let everyone know that you are very talented.
Gosh.
I wonder if this sweater would look better with that bright pink under it.
It's okay, bud. KP Roni. KP Roni.
Make me some scrambled eggies.
Do you want them scrambled or fried?
No, I don't want eggs. I'm just joking.
I thought you said you were going to come in here and make eggs.
I'm going to later.
Well, how much later is later? It's already 20 till 9.
I'll come in there in a minute. What time is it?
20 till 9.
Oh, I'll come in there in a minute. Scrambled eggies.
Oh my gosh.
Scrambled eggies. I would
There
do
you go.
that, and then that will make you look less weird.
Katie's joking me, saying she's gonna be loud for my video. Is that little Joey in there? Little Joey needs to get in here and make him some food if he's hungry.
Whoa!
Gotta hold it still, doo-doo.
I know.
I know.